read for your test. This looks very similar to it. This starts with a problem that is going to have a graph as its first part, and you're going to have to go through and do all the other parts. In order to do this, you're going to have to identify these ordered pairs, which is a good way to start this. Each one of these is going to have parentheses and a comma, and you need to identify the numbers that are going to go with this. So let's start going through this. This first one that is down here in the bottom left-hand corner, we start from the origin. You move left or right first. You would have to go over 1, 2, 3 to the left. That would make the first part of that -3. You would have to go down 3 to get to that point, so the second half would also be -3. That would be the ordered pair, -3, -3. The next one, we'll go ahead and do this one down here at the bottom. That's going to be on the y-axis. Guys, it's a y-intercept. The first number of every y-intercept is always going to be 0. Thank you. This one is 0, -2. This one up here would be what? 0, 4. Good. Okay, the next one, the last point on here, we have to start at the origin. We would go to the right 4. So our first number would be +4. Then from that point, we would go up 4, so a +4. Okay, we're going to go through and do each one of these. Guys, on the test, the details matter in this section. If you do not pay attention to this, it's going to hurt your grade. When we do a set of ordered pairs, sets have braces around them. You have got to put braces around your answer. So we are going to have braces at the beginning and at the end. There are going to be 4 sets of ordered pairs. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and put 4 sets of parentheses here with all my commas everywhere they're needed. Guys, if you'll do that first, you won't mess anything up. If all you do is parentheses, you're not getting credit, guys. These have braces around them. Braces. Okay, which point would come first? The -3, 3. We've got to go least to greatest based on the x, based on the domain. So -3, -3. Do you see the next one? We have the same x for both the next ones. It's going to be 0 and 0. Because they both have a 0, then you put the y's in order from least to greatest. So which y would go first? 0, -2, and then the 0, 4. And the only point we have left is the 4, 4. Alright. The domain and range has already been set up here. It's just together. You need to separate them. Domain and range have braces around them. I'm going to go ahead and put braces in here. There are 4 numbers, so I need 3 commas to separate them. My 4 numbers for my domain, which is all the x's, is just going to be the first number out of each pair. Alright, when I go to write this first one, I write -3, I write 0. Oh, we have a problem. Can we repeat in domain and range? Nope. So we can't write 0 again, so we can only write 4 as the last piece of that. Alright. When we go to write our range, we've got a -3, a -2, a 4, and a 4. So when we go to write that, it would be -3, -2, 4, and we cannot repeat, so we would stop there. You cannot write another one. For the table, guys, they're already in order right here for the table and the mapping. Right here, it's got them already in order. So for the table, it's just going to be -3, -3, 0, -2, 0, 4, 4, 4. It's literally already set up for you. It's already in order. It's ready to go. For the mapping, we're going to do the same thing, but we do not what in the mapping? Do not repeat. So it's going to be -3, 0, and 4 on this side. It's going to be -3, -2, and 4 on this side. Ooh, these arrows are going to be important, guys. Pay attention. Okay, so the negative 3 connects directly across to the negative 3. The 0 goes directly across the negative 2. The 0 also goes to the positive 4 down here. And then the 4 goes directly across to the 4. That's what your mapping should look like. Anybody have any questions on that first section? I'm telling you guys, this looks just like the test. If you can do this, you can do well on it. Anything before I go on? Okay, here we go. The next section is going to be function notation and plugging in, evaluating. So we're plugging into the g function for both of them. They both have a g on them. Here's your g function. You're plugging in negative 2 to the first one, so g of negative 2 is equal to 4 times negative 2 squared minus 2 times negative 2. Now that is all arithmetic. All I did was replace the x with negative 2 everywhere there was an x in that problem. Okay, grab your calculators, guys, because this is calculator work. Can you type this in correctly and work it all the way out? Clear out your calculators. Okay. To type this in, you would type 4 times 2 negative squared minus 2 times 2 negative equals. What do you get? What was it? 20. Okay, there we go. 20 for our first one. All right. For the second one, for problem number 7, okay, it's going to be negative 5 on the outside. Guys, this is outside a bracket. That negative 5 stays on the outside. You write a negative 5 on the outside. You write a bracket. You're plugging in 3 wherever the x was in the problem. So it's going to be 4 times 3 squared minus 2 times 3. Close your brackets. So you're going to have to do some separate work on this. It's not going to go all as one thing. You don't want to try to do brackets on that calculator, but you can work out everything that's inside the brackets all at one time. Okay. So clear that out. Let's go through, work that out. So it's going to be 4 times 3 squared minus 2 times 3. What'd y'all get? 30? Okay. Okay, what's the only thing we got left to do? What does it mean when a number's on the outside of a bracket, a parentheses, a brace, anything? Multiply, so go ahead and multiply that across. And your final answer would be what? Negative 150. There you go. Questions, concerns, anything about it? Okay. Here we go. Next section. Is this a function? Yes or no? You tell me. No? Okay, why would it be a no? Very good. It's very specific. Negative 2 repeats in the domain. If it repeats in the range, it doesn't matter. So you have to tell me that it repeats in the domain. And what repeats? Negative 2 repeats in the domain. No, negative 2 repeats in the domain. Good. Okay, next one. For number 9. It says, write a function rule that represents each sentence. Guys, 18 more than. Okay, more than means you're going to be adding 18, but it's going to be at the end. Okay, 18 more than 7 times the number k, So 7 times the number k would be 7k. And it says is f. Guys, f is the one that is by itself. So f is going to go on the inside or the outside? Outside. K is the one that's mixed up with everything. That's going to go on the inside. So when you write your function notation, what's going to go in the front? F of what? Good. F of k equals. Guys, the 17, the 18 more than has to go at the end. So the plus 18 goes after whatever you put next, which is the 7k. That would be your function notation. Okay. One more of those, then we do ones that are being plugged back in. So from here, the total fees F of a gym membership are $150 per year Y and one-time registration fee of $20. So we've got the F and the Y. Guys, the F is on the inside or the outside? Outside. It's the answer. It's the one that's by itself, separated by this R. The Y is on the inside. It's connected to all the other numbers. So when we write it, it's going to be F of Y equals, okay, it's $150 per year. So how do we write that? 150Y. And what else do they have to pay? Plus $20 for the registration fee. Good. Thank you. Plus $20. Nicely done. Okay, last two. Sam is 4 years younger than 3 times his sister's age. Write a rule that represents Sam age A, so here's Sam's age A, as a function of his sister's age S. Guys, it's telling you Sam's age is based on his sister. So Sam is on the outside, his sister is on the inside. So it's going to be A, which I don't know why you'd use that for Sam, but that's what they chose, so be careful. Sam is on the outside. You have to go with what they pick. And his sister's age, S, is on the inside. Well, sister's age, maybe, yeah. I would have switched them, but that's just me. Okay, is equal to, guys, it says Sam is 4 years younger than. 4 years younger than means you're going to be doing what? Subtracting 4. And it's going to be after whatever it is that you're subtracting. Younger than, it goes at the end. It's like less than, any way you write that. So the minus 4 is going to go after 3 times his sister's age. Why do we write 3 times his sister's age? 3s. So it'd be 3s minus 4. Now, if his sister is 6, and now, guys, this would be the first answer, just so we're very clear on this. The second answer would be what you plug in. So it'd be A of 6 equals 3 times 6 minus 4. How much is that, guys? 14? Okay. Because 3 times 6 would be 18. 18 minus 4 would be 4. Yes. So your answer would be 14 what? Years old. That would be part 2. That would go in the second blank. Okay, first blank, second blank. There are 2 answers to this problem. Alright, last one. Write a function rule for the area of a rectangle with a length 5 more than twice its width. What is the area of the rectangle when its width is 4 meters? Guys, everything is based on the width. Okay, so we're going to have area is equal to A, we'll call it. The width we're going to call W. The length is based on the width. Guys, when we do the length, it says the length is 5 more than twice the width. How do we get 5 more than twice the width? Plus 5 goes at the end, and then what did we put here? 5 more than what? 2W. Good. Twice the width. 5 more than twice the width. That'd be 2W plus 5. Oops, sorry guys, that's in the thing. Alright. So, remember the formula for the area of a rectangle is area equals length times width. So when we set this up, the area based on the width, because it's based, everything's based, I put it there, circle, it says in terms of the width. So area based on the width would be equal to the length, which is 2w plus 5, times the width, which is just w. So what does it say the width is? 4. So a of 4 equals 2 times 4, double parentheses, I like it better with the dot, plus 5 times 4. Okay, let's see. 2 times 4 would be 8. 8 plus 5 would be 13, and 13 times 4. I'm gonna wait until I'll do that. What's that give you guys? 50 what? 52. Now, because this is a unit, it needs to be specific. For area, it's square units, so it's 52 what? Meters squared. Needs to be square units, guys. Area is always square units. Always. Okay, guys, that's your notes. It should give you a little bit of every type of problem that you're going to be doing on here. If you have questions, you're going to need to ask. I will give you review worksheet